Aspas is just a freak on pistol rounds, currently also the league leader in pistol kills, and he's continuing to pile it on. MIBR in firm control on C.
Shenum also took out Shy on that lurk at A as well, so already a two-pronged approach from MIBR, and they're sitting comfortably on the C site, ready for the flood. This is so decisive, Doug.
Boy, this is a brutal start for KRU. It was just, I mean, no questions asked, no hesitation, fully sending C, and it seemed like KRU were not ready for that at all.
This is a scary Aspas, one that has no care in the world. Phantoms, 2 Vandals. And they're running the pistol round back, but Kesnet has something to say about it.
Kesnet has to find success early on for KRU. He struggled in their previous matchup. Aspas got the best of him.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. I think it was Aspas going 21-5 against Kesnet in head-to-head duels. That is a ridiculous stat. And still the game was really close, like you were saying. So if Kesnet can even that number, even just a little bit, maybe that's the win condition for KRU, but
if you're KRU here, another win condition is you cannot afford to be losing 2v4s. And so they take a step back, willing to relinquish the site and let MIBR at least get the spike down before they commit to taking the fight. Shenum down to 17 HP. Mazzino on the swing will clean him up, and Verno is left entirely on his own.
we've seen him pull off some ridiculous clutches this year. As you're running into Vice utility.
Yeah.
And look at, Artsine is so low from that chip damage, and look at the screen. Kesnet just took out Aspas. The head-to-head is in his favor right now.
A little apprehension, a little hesitation on where they want to commit to getting the spike down as they test the waters across the middle of the map. Still not confident in their approach.
30 seconds left.
And this Vice wall still up for the side of KRU. Kesnet, he wants to go for the slide peek, doesn't even have to. Eliminates Verno.
Melser piling it on as well. Ardzine and Shenum again. Another 2v4. KRU in a position to put this thing away. Kesnet pops the ult. Quick fingers come out and Shy cleans it up. We're tied.
Our Superman absolutely obliterated KRU's defense.
Aspas tried doing a bit of the same in kind, but hang on here. MIBR on a shoddy bios, pistols, and I believe a stinger, but now weapons upgraded. And now all of a sudden MIBR have a window to get back into this.
Kesnet and Shy were the start of this KRU comeback in this half, and now they're going to have to clutch up 2v3 against MIBR. You do have the Vice ultimate in play, but do you invest it?
Early days as silence settles into round 5. The Vice ult popped. Answering your question, Shenum crispy onto Shy. Kesnet left alone, a 1v2. He's gotten it down to 1, but the thrifty comes through for MIBR.
Broken, there's a fast pivot here.
There's a whole lot on the other side, you're absolutely right. Kesnet sacrificing himself on the other side of the smoke. And the attack of MIBR stands strong.
The flood completely stuffed now. A lot riding on the shoulders of this lurk from Shy. If he can somehow manage to pick off Cortezia in this spot, maybe there's a way back into this round. He's going to be regrouped with Mazzino here.
Possibly, even if he saw them both now. Cortezia understanding the start on the other side, waiting for the reinforcements. And Cortezia stands tall, gets both.
Back-to-back 2Ks. When these rookies on MIBR heat up, it just feels like there's nothing you can do to shut them down. Melser is left to save, but he's being hunted right now. And this is that tough spot that KRU are going to be put in now. They're not going to have a good economy. Aspas, what an amazing stun lineup. But Shy still takes out Aspas.
Very nicely done. We've already seen one thrifty. And this has the makings of another. Still 2 rifles in play for the defense. And again, traded. Ardzine has his ult, playing far back. Fault line not up yet. And he invested the Rolling Thunder, trying to push him back. Verno tries catching a timing and will fall. It's all on the caller and captain for MIBR, and he will fall. Spot Shy, waiting patiently for the swing, finds his one. That's all it is though. Meanwhile, Melser taking care of the trap. And now they can refocus their attention out on the site. The Rolling Thunder's gonna send everyone sky high. Now the paranoia as well.
Spike not planted either. So MIBR, they're gonna try to get out of here. Try to see if they can make it to a B site, but it's a
30
3v3
seconds left.
fight right here.
Will they find safe passage? The Viper wall goes up. Goes straight back down, and all the kills coming through. It goes down to 1v1 and Shenum. They're committing to this. You're right, that drone is going to capture a whole lot of info. Kesnet stunned up, still gets the kill onto our team. Neither of them can see a thing. Cortezia on the swing, Kesnet with 3 on the round. And that ult is going to hurt. They've got to find their way out. The Sheriff will not stand.
Aspas is moving different today on the Neon.
I'm out of here.
He's so hard to hit. So slippery with his movement.
I think it was that drone across the middle of the map that was the go button for KRU. Once they got that info, they were able to double down and take the fight. This wall might cause a little bit of problems. The Shenum is on the other side of it with the spike. It's going to buy a little time for Shy to rotate in.
He's been clutch for KRU all season long.
Tap of the spike. Shenum not committing. Shy taking the scenic route.
Spike planted.
A lot of pressure on his shoulders here. MIBR with the position to create a little separation as Shy tries to find the tiniest of windows, the tiniest of slivers. He's gotten it down to 1, and now the ult popped, but Aspas swings ahead of it.
Oh my gosh, they're going way off the stealth bot. But it doesn't matter.
Kesnet dropping 2 there. And now the barrage of utility becomes a problem. MIBR down numbers.
30 seconds left.
Need to find a way to convert here. Kesnet's ult is the only one in play. No late lurk through stairs. They're fully committing out onto the side, and Kesnet right on time.
What?
Arts clean with it as Aspas down in hell drags him down with him. They're falling apart. Picked at the seams. And the spike now playing Inferno with ult. He's gonna get flashed. He's gotta find safety. He's gotta find cover. And Shy's there to greet him. To be on a late flank. If he can find the right timing. Meanwhile, KRU, the onus is on you. You've gotta go. Kesnet slides into his death. As this feels like it's falling apart. A 5v3. They're cutting their losses. They're out.
Yeah, you have to get out of there. That Viper's pit is too strong. You have to kind of spray and pray through that smoke to...
Both teams strength against strength. Cortezia sitting on the sidelines for the rest of this half.
Both Omens taken out.
Spike down A.
Aspas pops his ult too.
Kesnet somehow secured another. That's the breach. Ultimate gone now for MIBR.
Oh, and how they would have liked to have had that here. Last round of the half.
Stealth bot used front B to get info if anyone's close door.
Oh.
So that threat isn't need to be checked yet.
Yeah, that wall kept him concealed.
I think KRU are ready for any type of push that's going to happen here. They're willing to give all that space up, and Kesnet is picking up 3 into this round, but now A site is open. And look at where the spike is headed right now.
Can he do it again? Can Aspas hold the line for MIBR? A couple of shots.
But he lives.
Not finding their mark. But you're right, life preserved. And now their rotation in play.
Aspas is going to have another attempt to even the score here, but footsteps are being heard.
I'm out of here.
He's trying to cut off the rotations.
Spike
Be
planted.
the dam that's keeping KRU back from flooding out onto the site. All of that Vice utility now invested. Gonna tag, oh, 1. I believe it was gonna tag 2 either way. MIBR in a position to take an 8-4 half. Can they convert this? Verno has gotten much closer. He's gotten 2 on the round. He gets them all. Can they fight their way out of this mess? Cortezia trying to hold the line. He's gonna find his 1. Aspas though, getting his 2. A 2v2 as he dashes across again.
Gotta go.
The kill leader in pistols. Dealing more damage onto KRU.
Verno and
30
Aspas.
seconds left.
Remember how good they were to close out the last half.
They're taking their time in this approach as well. They don't want to run through this smoke. Get face for free. It's a double swing.
Enemy remaining.
They're gonna get them both again. They are.
All of KRU are going to get smothered from every side of this retake, but Kesnet has something to say about it.
4v4, it's just a Sheriff in the hands of Shenum. You talked about how good he's been with that weapon.
Coming through.
Starting to take a few bold steps forward. You've got so much utility separating the two, but it's thin. Aspas down to 17 HP. Burnham and Shenum close by. They're going to force him into that fight. He's going to find his 1. Still outnumbered. Still outgunned.
It's going to be left all up to Artsin's utility to find a path in. Contact it out. Great opener.
Zeno falling. This retake attempt has some teeth behind it. Kesnet is now down.
You gotta tap, and you gotta tap now, man.
Yeah, you gotta get that ult out. You're absolutely right. And so it'll buy a little bit of time. But there's gotta be a second layer to this. MIBR are gonna take the fight on the other side of the smoke.
One enemy remaining.
And KRU hold the line. Looking to test things A alongside the rest of KRU, but yeah, I can't imagine they're gonna be flirting with that area of the map anytime soon. Not after that.
Art with the Bucky might be as good as Aspas and Verno as a duo.
So they turn their attention over to B. Note, Artine has his ult. And there it is, right on cue. The Rolling Thunder will collide into the members of KRU. Aspas dashing out, besting Kesnet. With 19 HP, he's gonna push forward again. How does he get away with this? Health be damned. The bloodlust is so strong.
All utility missing.
Only finds his one.
Raid boss down. But Verso, the leader that needed to step up, he does just so, and now Shy finds alert timing, so there's no speed up at C. We can go back. Shenum on that rotate was so loud with it. But he might be able to slip through and still get value. Our crew gonna be aware of this. Now they will be.
No, now. Well, you're just speeding up, still knife out.
Spike down.
Shenum gets one, gets away.
They still don't know about Shy though.
Now they know. Shenum falls, the side is theirs.
It's not free. Verno is still alive.
Bullet between his eyes. Artine left in a 1v3.
There's not really much you can work with here if you're Art, but that is a ridiculous shot. All of a sudden, maybe you can creep on by, reposition here. That fault line makes it obvious that you're leaning towards stairs. And Breach, these flashes aren't the best for himself.
I don't think that was obvious at all. I think they were concerned about it coming heaven. That's why they were looking there as long as they have enough, giving him a window to get up. He gets it down to one. Cortesia misses his window, and now the pressure's on him. On the swing, again, 70 HP, and he stands tall, refusing to relent.
Crew have to crawl back into this. You have to try to get a pick, but Art has something to say about these players walking through tree.
Rolling Thunder will try to find them a little bit of a window. Shy on the counter punch. Into a 3v2, and now
Spike
the
planted.
ult is a problem.
If you look at your mini map as well, there's a late flank coming through. It's gonna be obvious now.
He's gonna wait it out, and the shorty connects on him as Zeno. Shy, again. Called upon to save KRU once more. 22 and 11 so far. Flushed out by the salvos, forced to take a step back. 56 HP, can he find his ones? He was given a chance at it, now they're beckoning him to take the swing, forced to take the fight. They double swing into it, and Shenum.
Mazzino taking things into his own hands, the only player that walked through tree with his utility.
Artine was never gonna win that, he had a judge.
Yeah. Melzer gets tagged up, but
Gotta go.
it's a dream scenario to close out a map for MIBR.
They're gonna get challenged again. Aspas and Verno standing side by side. Can they do it once more? Aspas is the first to strike. Verno gets flushed out, and Aspas is left to die. No ults for the defense. And a Bucky in the hands of Artine.
A lot of utility from both sides, though. Everything in favor for MIBR, but the advantage of being in the post plan is you get to go second for KRU.
Yeah. Reverso trying to find some space behind that utility. And it is going to be Cortesia on the swing.
Player standing.
And they get all of the kills they need. Shy's going to have to 1v4 to keep this alive. And boy, he gave it a run. It was just not enough. He's earned that nickname. He's earned that moniker, but he's going to have to defend it here. And Mazzino is the first to fall. Kesnet, though, kind of trade back. Gets his two, investing Aspas with it. Artsin's in a really good spot. He will punish Shy. on the reposition. He's gonna find a second, drops him down now. As the mag is empty, on the swing. Bonus, there's a lot behind this. They have 5 rifles, they have the Reckoning, and it is invested. Aspas swings his way into his death, but Artzine, 3 on the round for him.
What is Artzine on right now?
This would be disaster for KRU to get bonus this early.
And Art is already almost halfway to another ultimate. He gets 4 into the round.
You still have to deal with Kesnet.
But it's 1v3, and look at the disciplined approach from MIBR. He does break the molly.
Cleared, yeah. That first cascade, that first layer of utility. Trying to keep them back. Shenum down in hell. They flood onto a Mazzino. Finally finding a little bit of success as Melser gets in on it as well, but Verno and Cortezia side by side trying to stop this as Melser's left in a 1v2, starting to get spammed through the box. Cortezia cleans him up, a couple. No kills found. Meanwhile, Kesnet is having to do a bit of the same. Can they alleviate some of this pressure so far? KRU finding success with the Sheriffs. A reckoning of their own now as Cortezia crumbles. Aspas left alone. Got Blade, 25 HP. Kesnet's gonna stick the defuse the whole way. KRU get on the board. Orban see that there was no aggression A from MIBR this time.
Look at this fast mid lurk though. Shenum gets punished for it, but are they aware that there's 2 more behind this?
Oh. Verso looking for a tag, gonna get Artzine as well. And Mazzino swinging out, getting 3. King of Icebox might not be dead yet.
Nice shots, good awareness. Verno is left in a 1v5 situation. He's gonna try to get as many kills as he can before he gets taken down. The economy is still looking very healthy for MIBR. They will have a couple of rounds, but I want to point out the awareness that KRU had of that triple mid threat that MIBR were trying to do. A nice change of pace. We saw Shenum in the last round when they got thrifty break that mid alarm bot very early on, just himself, and fall all the way back. So
30 seconds left.
it was a unique call from MIBR to try to punish that conditioning that was shown in the previous round, but KRU were a step ahead of that. So now momentum kind of swinging back in their favor. This round time dwindles and Verno just gets smothered. Flawless. Usually he sits all the way in the back of A site, takes that further sight line. Understanding there's an operator in play though, wants to get ahead of it.
He loves this line, and he gets Kesnet, he gets Mazzino. Falls at the hands of Adverso, but Verno popping the ult at the same time. Off the tap. A 2v2. Spam not connecting, but the shock will. What can Melser do here?
Again on A if you wish, but another reckoning.
I think Shenum got through. He did get through.
These are those aggressive lurk timings I was talking about.
And this round is such a mess right now. You've got Aspas up B. Artzine's all the way back site.
He can't be stopped.
One enemy remaining.
So many lurks finding value. Already waiting for it. He's willing to take these fights. Mazzino gets absolutely destroyed.
This is gonna get the shot onto Shenum as well, or onto Mazzino as well. A perfect start. And now they can try to accelerate towards B. You have all this utility you're gonna have to navigate around.
Viper's Pit was invested from KRU to stop the A advancement, but everyone reconvening with the spike here in mid.
Shy's in a spot to make a play. Gets past the wall. Clears the turret, and that's enough to
Down, mid.
reveal what's going on. Meanwhile, Adverso, the other side of that crunch, getting a couple of kills. Aspas and Verno.
Back up as well.
It's all a game of timing. Does Artzine clear here? No, Melser snaps his head back. Mazzino does as well.
Leave it to Aspas to isolate 1v1 after 1v1.
3 for him. Blades online, make that 4.
Can they shut down Aspas with the knives?
So far, the answer to that is no. Shy popping his ult. Is there a counter to this? Do they decide to scale up? Do they give the space away?
Everything.
They're gonna rotate back, and Melser's here. He's waiting. Gets his one. I mean, the swing was inevitable. Now you've got this awkward line in the sand as you've got to commit to this mid-fight, and it does not go your way.
And now Kesnet thinks it's B, but The Harbor Ultimate being used. He's going to have to pull out one of the most ridiculous clutches we've seen in VCT history.
A 1v4 dancing around the Reckoning.
Individual brilliance is going to be the key. Mizzino does get the head-to-head against Artson. The heavy hitter is down.
Oh, that's just one.
Yeah.
You still have the other one you're going to have to reckon with, and right on cue. Lights up the kill feed. Melser down. But they're the ones at a numbers disadvantage. They're the ones who have to take some space. If Verso gets caught on the ropes, he will fall. Aspas in a 1v3. Spike has been ticking for a little while as well. Off the swing onto Shy, he will fall. Remember how MIBR were able to burst out the gates with a bonus. Verno just destroying Kesnet.
Headshot.
And it's Aspas who joins alongside him. The Bash brothers again of MIBR.
That's got to be so tilting. In the first 5 seconds of the round, you get spam killed running up a ramp.
Oh, we found a timing. We found a window.
Enemy down.
Cortezia is not going to let that one slip by. This first gun round for MIBR has looked as clean as it could be so far. The cool thing about the way that KRU won their anti-eco and whatnot is the state of their economy. They will still have a buy in the next round, even though they're probably going to drop most of these rifles. So the name of the game for KRU right now is just try to do as much damage as possible to MIBR's economy. Try to get some of those players on Bulldogs or
30 seconds left.
a Guardian.
Literally anything other than what they have right now, yeah.
A lot of light armors across the board, but it looks like that's going to be a tough ask. MIBR.
Yeah, Mazzino's not up super far either, to be honest. Now he's taking a step back as well. Fully committing to the post-plant play.
What?
Cortezia plucks Kesnet out of the sky. And now the Cove is going to cause some problems. Can RT get to half? Yes, he can.
He's sticking
How
it.
much further can he go? 75%, 80% of the way there! MIBR steals the defuse! Speed bump that they keep running into. Artine. Tux gets his one. Mazzino's on the trade, though, and now the op just off the mark. Shenum doing a little bit of damage, but this is not adding up to you. Verno's really far ahead of this, and he's alone. Spam connecting on Melser. The snap on a Shy is ridiculous. A 2v2 now. As Cortezia arrives at the scene.
One enemy remaining.
He's going to find his. Kesnet, a 1v2 with 11 HP. How does he stand here? That high-low is too much. And now they're going to pop that ult, too.
It's done.
Kesnet falls. Gunfire erupts as Shenum gets 2. 3 on the round. Shy left standing, and he will fall.